Hey, CD Bestie, Kami Glass Animals, check out CreativeDisc.com, the #1 music website in Indonesia.
Hello, City Bestie. Welcome back to Creative Disc exclusive interview with me, Luthfi. And right now we have a special guest today. They are one of the biggest band in my college days because people listening to them in my college days actually. People like, oh, Luthfi, do you know How to Be a Human Being album? Do you know Zaba album? And now they got big on the Dreamland album. It's they have a hit single, surprisingly a hit single for me. It's called Heat Waves, like Jakarta Heat Waves right now. And they are releasing new album after 4 years. It's titled I Love You So F blah 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 ing much because it got taken down by YouTube if it's we say it loud. So without further ado, this is Dave, the lovely frontman of Glass Animals.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Yeah. It's been a nice week for me. Is it like nice week for you because you are releasing album?
Amazing. Yeah, great week. Crazy week. Just doing a lot of traveling, speaking to a lot of nice people. It's been wicked.
So, before we start, speaking about the album, can you retell us the experience you are in Jakarta because you are performing in Jakarta, and after that you do some media promo in Jakarta. It's been a full days, I think, full 2 days in Jakarta.
Yeah, we had 2 days in Jakarta. It was delicious and ate some amazing food, met some incredible people, met some local artists and bands, and I had an amazing time. It's an incredible city.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about straight to your new album, I Love You. So F much. So can you tell us why you name yourself why this album called I Love You So Much?
It's called, I think I wanted to call it I wanted to call it something different
Yeah.
at first, and it was a real. I'm not going to say the title because it's too dark. It's too,
Yeah.
well, I wanted to call it "Death Comes to Us All," which is
Mo-
way too dark, and also the album itself is more optimistic than that. I think
mm,
I had that title right at the beginning when I first started writing,
mm,
and then as I finished the lyrics and the rest of it, it didn't make sense anymore. It didn't
mm,
apply. There's much more optimism in the record, and actually, the album is arguing that it's arguing my way out of an existential crisis,
mm,
and to do that, I was focusing on like the human connections and relationships and love. It sounds very cheesy, but
mm,
not like mushy gushy love necessarily, but
mm.
all aspects of it.
But this is interesting for me because you said this album is so much of human connection. But I think like you have a spacey theme on this album. I think like human connection in a space. I think like it's like a strange things to come to an album topic. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the space thing is basically meant to. It represents the existential crisis. That first part of the
Oh.
record, where
Mm,
it was very cynical. I guess I was asking myself like, why? What's the
mm,
point in anything?
mm,
What's the point of life? Why do anything? What does it all mean? It doesn't mean anything. And then that is represented by space, that infinite vacuum
mm,
of nothingness that can make you feel completely unimportant and like life is
mm,
totally pointless. And then throughout the album, I guess I'm finding these different ways
mm.
of making myself realize that that life is actually amazing, even if it's confusing and chaotic. It's actually amazing, and
Yeah.
space represents the where, yeah, where I started, I
Mm.
guess.
Okay. So, I let's talk about your one of the biggest hits, I think, hit waves, I think, because this is interesting. I didn't expect like hit waves gonna make you a big band right now because at some point in my life, I didn't thought that you are very big right now because I heard you in the college years, through the college years.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I thought it was
Mm,
too sad of a song to do what it did, but
mm,
I'm
mm,
so grateful, and
mm.
it gave me a lot of gave me a lot of courage to write more personal songs, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, it's quite a personal song, Heat Waves, and I didn't really think it would do what it did, but it did, and it gave me a lot of comfort in being a bit more personal in the writing.
Yeah. It's very interesting because I thought like I follow you since like Zaba album. It's your first album. I
Oh,
think like
wow, one of the
yeah, yes.
original
And I think
fans.
like
That's amazing.
it's interesting to see how your sound evolve. I think from Zaba and until now, like I love you so much. I think it's very interesting. You sound you evolves. But the thing is like I want to ask like why glass animals must evolve from your first album to right now.
I mean, everyone evolves, right?
Mm.
Are
Yes,
you the
yes,
same? Do you feel like you're the same person as 10 years ago?
yes, indeed.
I just think you have to keep changing and growing, and it would be very boring to do the same thing over and over and over again.
Mm,
And it it wouldn't be pushing yourself.
mm,
It's a bit silly to just repeat the same thing over and over again. If you just made the same painting over and over and over and over again,
mm.
I think I'd probably go insane. And
It's okay,
I
it's
think
okay.
everyone would get bored of like if I just painted a house over and over and over again.
Mhm.
Uh, People would be like, "Why are you painting so many houses? Let's paint something different." So yeah, for me, it's exciting, and it's. I think I've changed as a person, and uh, when we first started Zabba, I was very shy and didn't know anything about the music industry or music. I
Oh, really?
didn't know. Yeah, it was just the beginning of everything, and I think the album sounds like that. It's very shy and ambient, and the lyrics are
Yes.
very abstract, and it's hard to find meaning in the lyrics,
Mm.
and all the sounds are very soft and gentle and sheepish and just tiptoeing.
Yes.
And then it slowly over the records, I think it gets more. Things get a bit more.
Upbeat.
No, a bit more comfortable,
Oh,
upbeat,
wow.
a bit bolder. That's my sense of it, at least.
I think when you say that, I think like that's why Zaba is like Zaba is for me and my friends when I discover it with discover it from my friends. I think like Zaba has a shyness, has a music for outsider people. I think, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
maybe. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe I felt like that at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like an outsider. Like, well, I feel like maybe that's the wrong word. I feel like a bit of an introvert. Yeah.
Yes. But what, in your opinion, what's the difference between your Dreamland era and this I Love You So Much era, in your opinion?
Dreamland was like very nostalgic and based in memories and
Mm,
the past and people I knew in my past. And
mm,
uh, this album is it's just about kind of now. It's much
mm,
more like in the present almost, and
mm,
it's yeah, that's all I'd say. I'd say it's
mm,
maybe a bit darker
mm,
because of that, and it's
mm,
even more personal
mm.
than Dreamland.
Wow.
What do you think? I don't know.
I think like I love so much. I think like it's like a strange album because I think like in my opinion it's very different from Dreamland. I think you said like Dreamland is full of nostalgic feeling, but I think like I love you so much. I think like you dig into your deeper emotion so much, I think, rather than your previous album, I think. But you said that this album is full of existentialism, and oh, I get it. Why this album is so deep. I think like deep dive into the human feelings, I guess, in my opinion, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I think that's what it's trying to argue is that those
Mm.
feelings and human connections are just that's the most important. It's the most important thing. You can lose sight of that a lot.
Mhm.
And those deeper connections are really important. I think that's why I wanted it to be a shorter album. I wanted it to be 10 tracks.
Oh.
And just like there are a lot of albums nowadays that are like 25 tracks, 30 tracks, and there's the
Yes.
deluxe, and then the double deluxe, and the triple, quintuple, mega deluxe. And it's like you can't, I don't feel like that allows you to have a particularly like, I don't know, deep connection to a record. It's just like more stuff. There's so much stuff and all these fast
Yes, yes.
moving, like there's so much content
Mm.
now.
Mhm.
And it's all this like short form, fast millions of videos
Mm.
being uploaded, likes, and this album, I guess, is slightly arguing
Mhm.
for the opposite, which is the deep stuff is still like those deeper connections are still really important, and you can lose sight of them and then really lose who you are if you're not careful.
I think like this album is like you kind of like meditate yourself. I think you do some meditation in this album. I think you are meditate yourself, in my opinion.
Maybe yeah,
Mm.
it's almost a therapeutic process.
Therapeutic. Yes, yeah. Okay, so this is one maybe like one of the silliest question that I've ever asked to an artist, I guess. But
Cool.
if you had the time machine, what era you will come back, and what did you say to your past selves?
Whoa,
Ooh.
that's a good question. I mean,
Mm.
firstly, I think right now is pretty exciting. There's a lot going on.
Mm.
Scare. Who knows? The singularity is coming.
Mm.
Like technology is about to just go, shoof, and who
Yes,
knows what's
yes.
going to happen? I want to know.
Mm.
I
Mm.
so right now is pretty exciting, but it would also be pretty cool to go like right back, like just you and the dinosaurs.
Why?
Just because I think they're cool, they're big, scary. I'd love it's be pretty wicked, wouldn't it? Also, if you put your album out, you know, back then that'd be really pioneering shit. If you
Yes.
yeah. What is this? What's that instrument? Yeah, well, you could invent everything. Oh wow, it'd be
Because
pretty awesome.
you're coming from the future, right?
Yeah,
That's the concept
yeah.
about time machine, I think.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. It'd be maybe be a bit lonely actually. So maybe
Hmm.
I don't know. There's a lot to think about. This is a really big question.
Hmm. Okay. So, this is like turning into the existentialism interview. I think about life, about anything. I think, and I think it's very cool interview for me,
This always
honestly.
happens. I swear, every interview I do ends up like just giving me another existential crisis.
It's
I like
okay.
this question about which era. When would you go back to?
I think like I want to go back to my junior high school era, I think. And I tell him like in the past like, yeah, you'll be all right. Because I've got like, bad things happen in my junior in my high school years. So I want to, give him some pat and say it like, oh god, you will all right, chill. You started from zero and you are now here. So yeah,
Yeah,
don't be mad at yourself. Don't be so hard to yourself. Yeah, you must be hard for yourself. You
that's
must
really
be
important.
hardworking enough, I think, because I'm starting from zero and now I get a privilege to meeting you in here, to meeting with many cool people right here. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's a good choice. Wise choice. Maybe better than going back to the dinosaurs
Thank you
for
so much,
sure.
Steve. Okay, so this I've got like one last questions for this interview. What's next for Glass Animals after I Love You So Much release?
A lot is happening. We've got a big tour started. Our tour is coming,
In
which I'm really
America, right?
excited about. America, but also the rest of the world, and
Ooh.
we're going to be coming. We're planning the Asian tour now, and then we're going to go to. I think we're going to go to India for a bit as well, and Australia we're going to,
Yes.
and then Europe. We're gonna hit everywhere, and a lot of places
Oh,
we've never been before, which should be really fun.
okay, okay, okay. I will waiting you again in Jakarta for this one because you only when you perform in Jakarta, I see it. You only play like I think like one song of like I Love You So Much, I think. It's like, you know,
It wasn't out yet. It wasn't even out yet.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we actually played. We
One of
played
the
Show Pony for the first time in
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jakarta.
Two song, right?
Yeah, so we played three. We played three, but we need to
Three?
come back and play them all. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so that's a wrap for me for interview with Glass
Oh, it was
Animals.
so fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Dave, for having me for this interview. So, thank you so much for all of the listeners on this interview. Don't forget to listen to Glass Animals' new album, I Love You. So, F, yeah, I said it like I love you so much.
You said
I
it.
guess it's kind of hard. We didn't say that F word, I think, because damn, this album is so strange and unique for me.
You have to go back. You have to beep it out. It's okay.
Okay, okay, okay. So I love you. So F much release on many streaming platform, and don't forget to subscribe Creative Disc in all platform, and don't forget to follow too. This is me and Dave from Glass Animals. We are signing off. Thank you for this interview. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.